Lovely autumn day, lovely boat. She's called Adanuff. She's a 66-foot traditional stern narrowboat built by Johnathan Wilson and fitted out by Anthony M in 2007. It's one of our longer videos, this actually, but there's an awful lot of boat to show you. She was last blacked in September 2023 with epoxy 2-pack. The engine was serviced in January 24 this year. The roof was repainted in September last year, 2023. She's been designed really for the family that are living on her at the moment. It's 2 adults and a small child, but it's a perfect home. There's a big hatch on the rear deck there. We'll see that when we go through. I think there's about 500 watts of solar power. There's 2 Victron MPPT solar charge controllers for those. All of the portholes bar one on the boat do open. They're 13-inch opening portholes. Side hatch, there's a side hatch either side of the boat actually. Cratch cover's in reasonable condition. Clear panels on the sides. You can see on the other side that's still down. The well deck is 4 foot 1 inch. Stainless steel water tank is just underneath, 480 litres. That does have a tank gauge. Benches either side, glazed cratch board. Storage in these lockers. Offcuts of wood in there. Good solid front doors. And then we go to the forward cabin. Now this is currently the child's bedroom. There's a single bed there on the left with loads of drawers underneath it. There's so much storage on this boat. It's ridiculous really. It's great. All the lights are LED. The chap who owns it's a bit of a carpenter, so if you wanted to turn this bed into a full length single bed or bunk beds, you could turn it into an office. He's prepared to make any changes that you'd like to do. There's plenty of room. I mean, it's 9.5 feet long, this room. Shelves on the wall, cupboards on the wall. Head height on the boat is generous, 6'6". A couple of cupboards here. These steps are really unusual. They're quite stylish actually, but there's drawers, all little cupboards with drop-down doors there under each of them. Similar sort of cupboard arrangement on the left. Sorry, port side. I'll get somebody commenting. More shelves. You could do a lot with this room really. But currently it's the kiddie's bedroom, and a lovely one it is too. Into the saloon area, which is 8 feet 8 inches long. There's a television on the wall there. That's a 32-inch 12-volt cello. This is a sofa which does pull out to recline, but it is actually very difficult to do with one hand, as Billy's demonstrating very well. But it does recline, give you a bit of an angle back and a more comfortable watch of a film. Side hatch there. That stove is a Hunter Hawk solid fuel stove. The floor, by the way, is engineered oak throughout the boat. Then there's the dinette area. I really like this arrangement. Each of these turns into a single bed. Storage underneath. But it's a less cramped way of seating 4, I suppose, for dinner. You see the blue spotlights on the floor there? They run through the whole of the boat. And a galley, 7 feet long, lovely tiles on the walls, plenty of storage, worktops are granite. That's a Mealy 4-burner gas hob, and it's a belling oven and grill. There's a, I don't know what you call these doors, a roller door I suppose, into that cupboard there. I love the fridge, really stylish. It's a 12-volt Swan. There is an ice box in there. I bet they're not cheap. More cupboards. And another good sized cupboard here. It's a good job we got this video done this morning. It's now hoofing it down with rain. Biblical proportions. Loads of storage. Right, I'll just tell you what is on the boat. There are 29 shelves, there are 28 cupboards, there's 28 drawers in amongst storage in the well deck, under the bed and under the aft step. So if you're living aboard, it's absolutely perfect. Lovely Belfast sink. In there's the washing machine. It's a Beko 8 kilo Full-size washing machine. That does run off the inverter if the engine's running. And more cupboards. Oh, there is a Houdini hatch in here. I didn't mention that forward cabin. The child's bedroom also has a Houdini hatch. Makes it very light. And into the bathroom. 5 feet 10 inches long. Lovely copper sink. I think the surround is stone or granite. Cupboard underneath. Really lovely tiles in the shower. It's a quadrant style shower. Really lovely. And the loo is brand new ceramic bowl Thetford cassette. Another cupboard there. Lovely tiles on the wall as well, actually. Really lovely boat, this. Really lovely. Bedroom's next. 11 feet 9 inches long, so really good size. The bed measures 6'4" long, 4 foot 1 inch wide. Loads and loads of storage underneath. You can see the blue floor level spotlights. They're just through the whole boat, actually. It'd be lovely in the evening. Radiators on the right of the screen there behind the wood. That's another television. It's a 12 volt 24 inch cello. There's also a Moonraker TV aerial on board. There's Wi-Fi on board with an antenna and a ZTE router. Right, the floor turns to Antico from here onwards. Really quite lovely. Massive double wardrobe. Batteries in that box at the bottom. The batteries, by the way, there are 450 amp hour domestics, one starter with a spare and one bow thruster. There's another solid fuel stove here. That's a Stovac Brunel multi-fuel stove. So you're not going to get cold on this boat. 2 stoves and central heating. Little access there if you need to change the belts to the engine. And actually, for a traditional stern boat, there's the engine. It's a Beta 43 PRM 150 gearbox. Clean and tidy in there. So yeah, access for a traditional stern boat's really good on this. Super wide hatch and nice gradient of steps. That's the inverter. It's a 3 kilowatt Phoenix Multi Plus inverter charger. Really neatly arranged electrical panel. Cubby holes on the other side of the boat here. Billy's not actually opened every cupboard and drawer on the boat, which you'll probably be pleased about. We'd still be here all day. So there's the size of the hatch. So that makes it quite social place for a traditional stern. Central heating, I mentioned that. It's a Webasto Thermotop C diesel-fired system to 4 radiators. Hot water on board is heated by the engine, the Webasto, and there's also an immersion heater on board. 150 amp alternator to the domestics and 45 amps to the starter. There are USB charging points and 240 volt sockets throughout. I didn't mention the gas. That's in the forward locker. 2 13 kilo propane bottles with a changeover valve. Really lovely family boat. And as I say, if you want to reconfigure that forward cabin, it's all possible. It's got all the usual navigation equipment. Just turn the key and go. And I haven't mentioned it's got a Vetus bow thruster. And that's it. So much room on this boat. I thought it was a 70 footer actually when I first went on her. But she's not, she's 66. There we go. For further photographs, fully downloadable colour brochure and the price, go to our website www.rugbyboats.co.uk.